I'm Chelsea Roadman.
And I'm Spencer Kress.
Welcome to our spatial mode demonstration. Today, we will bring you through the syllabus for this course in terms of a board game. Our intent is to show how a concept that is typically done with an emphasis on the linguistic mode of communication can also be done spatially.
To give a brief overview of how we have set this up, we have divided the syllabus into 5 parts, each focusing on a specific project that will be done during the class. Each project is distinguished by its tile on the board game, while the pieces of each project function almost like a staircase towards the completion of said project. While we have taken several creative liberties in order to get our point across with this project, we have implemented a life card system which we will get into later on in our presentation.
Without further ado, let's get started and let's play a board game. Welcome to EH and CM 454 and 554.
To begin our game, we will start at the linguistic essay, which can be seen here with our presentation heavily zooming in onto this section of the board. We have placed it in large text and have distinguished it accordingly, utilizing a larger space from the steps and places that must be walked through to get to the end of the project. Of course, the first step of this project is the proposal. So like the steps of the project itself, it starts our staircase by being placed lower in the box than what follows it. Next is the draft, which is slightly higher to demonstrate that spatially we are moving upwards throughout the steps. The peer review follows suit, but we have arrived at our first life card, so let's see what we got. Let us zoom in and let's see. We got poor reviews. It seems like those didn't go well, so it's time to go to a tutoring session. Now that tutoring session is out of the way, it's time to move on to that CRC, and then finally the reflection to end this project.
Now our game will move to the spatial project, dropping down the board and distinguishing a new set of spaces for us to go through. The proposal task starts yet another staircase of steps, but it seems we've already hit another life card. Let's see what life throws our way with this one. Let's flip it over and... yes! The due date has been pushed back, which allows us a little more time to nail this spatial proposal. Thanks, Dr. Robertshaw! So let's zoom back out to refocus on the main board, which leads us right to the draft. Hope you've got those storyboards ready to go and that script all spick and span. We move on to the peer review, and if all goes well, we head to the CRC, or the camera-ready copy. Finally, we reach the reflection portion of the project. Perhaps we should include a shout-out for those extra days to prepare. Now that we have landed on the completion of this project, we have also found our way to the end of the 5-step staircase.
Our next project is the visual infographic, and this part of the board will drop down once more and start moving towards the right. We continue our same pattern of the 5 steps, moving slightly up each space in order to highlight how close we are getting to completion of the overall project. By following this same spatial progression, we create a continuity that makes it easy to follow for players of the game. You may have noticed that there's quite a bit of white space within each tile of the board, which is our utmost intention as the white space draws a player's attention to what space they are currently on. We think it's time to get back to the game, so next is the visual proposal, followed by the draft, and the review in ascending order. However, once we hit the CRC, we hit our 3rd life card. Wonder what we'll get this time. We zoom in and it looks like you overslept. It's 2 hours to the due date for that CRC. Hope you have some coffee to get you through it. Somehow, you got through the CRC and turned it in. Maybe you'll mention in the reflection to not oversleep next time.
Hopefully, you've taken some time to de-stress and decompress after that last project because it's time to make a podcast. Right out of the gate, we follow the same format, starting with the project proposal, draft, and peer review spaces. Oh, but before we can move on, life strikes again. Let's see which direction this one will take us. Fingers crossed. Oh no! Instead of swiftly moving on to the CRC portion of the project, we've taken a pit stop at Procrastination Station! Is the Jeopardy theme song playing in your mind? Do 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 do. I think I put a little teapot in there, but you get the drift. Whew, finally, it is time to get ourselves in gear and move on to the CRC and reflection. Once we finish this staircase, it's good news again. Just one more project to go. You've got this.
We are in the home stretch of winning the game. It is time for the gestural project. Maybe you should take a trip to Body Language City or Gesticulationville for some ideas. As always at the start is the proposal, and it looks like our life card comes early. The life card pile is getting smaller. Maybe it'll be good this time. Let's flip it and see. Well, looks like we've run out of ideas. At least it's only the last project, right? Time to go to office hours. Now that you have some ideas, it's time to knock out the draft, review, and the CRC, along with the reflection. We're almost there. We're in the end game now, just a few more spaces to go.
It's the final countdown! First, we'll submit this project for presentation in the portfolio showcase for this course. Next, we'll assess if we have what it takes. Do we have the knowledge that we need in order to be accepted into the portfolio showcase? So, our question of the day is, can you match the image with the mode of communication it represents? Well, let's see if I've got what it takes.
Alright, Chelsea, it's time to name that mode.
Okay, so we're going to have 5 questions, and as Spencer said, I'm going to name that mode. Let's see if I can get all 5 correct and move on to that portfolio showcase. It looks like this image is of pieces of paper with a lot of type on it, and it makes me think of an essay. So I'm gonna say linguistic mode.
Let's see if that was the correct answer, and yes, that seems like it was. Good job. Name that mode.
Yes, 1 star down, 4 to go. Okay, so I'm seeing this computer screen labeled format with a lot of arrows that makes me spatially look to the right. So, Spencer, I'm gonna say spatial.
Let's see if that was the correct answer, and yes, that seems like it was. Good job. Name that mode.
Okay, we're on a roll now. 3 stars. That's our goal for this question. Okay, so on this computer screen, I'm seeing a bar graph and a pie chart, which makes me think about data very visually. So, yep, I'm going with visual.
Let's see if that was the correct answer, and yes, that seems like it was. Good job. Name that mode.
Okay, gang, there's no stopping us now. I'm looking at this image and I'm seeing someone who has multiple instruments and different pieces of equipment to adjust sound in front of them. And on the computer display, I see a waveform, like the wave that I'm actually looking at right now as I record this audio. So, because of that, I'm going oral.
Let's see if that was the correct answer, and yes, that seems like it was. Good job. Name that mode.
Alright, this is it. This is for the 5 stars and acceptance into the portfolio showcase. Okay, I see 2 individuals that are waving at a computer. And I'm guessing that they're doing a video chat with someone. They're smiling, it looks like maybe they're friendly with this person, and all of these gestures just scream gestural mode.
Let's see if that was the correct answer, and yes, that seems like it was. Good job. Now that we have reviewed modality, let's move on to our second to last space. With all the projects that we have gone through with our board game, it is time for us to accept multimodality, and not only go forward understanding each mode of communication on their own, but to be able to use them all together in the future. These are skills that are invaluable. They are so important to utilize no matter the project at hand. As we move towards the last space, it looks like we have won the game. It's time to collect an A for your hard work and success throughout this board game. Thank you for joining us for this board game. We hope you enjoyed your time.
And with that, we come to our conclusion. Thank you so much to Dr. Robertshaw, a professor with the University of Alabama in Huntsville, for allowing us to use his copywritten syllabus, which we do cite, and for teaching us all about these different modes that can really enrich both our lives and our communication. So, I'm, again, Chelsea Roadman, signing off with my partner, Spencer Kress. Have a great day and enjoy the game.